Hello everyone, welcome to True Mother's Tears. My name is Zainab. I'm a mother, a wife, a grief loss, and a parenting coach. If you've been with me from the onset, I say thank you so very much for hanging in there. And if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscription button and the bell on notification to be notified whenever there's a new video from us, which is every Friday, by the way. Thank you so very much as you do so. Today we'll be concentrating on the loss of a loved one. Most usually, when we lost a loved one, our lives are never the same again. Every aspect of our life is changed, to the listless part, to the getting ready for the day's activities, buying of one less gift, even to the number of plates of food that has to be served, is a quick reminder of how much our life has been altered. These are hardcore reality that we have to face every day of our life. Grieving is a learning period where we learn to live in a world without our loved one in it. And adjusting to this life can be very painful, but when we learn to live with it, which takes a whole lot of things, then it makes it easier for us. Our relationship with our loved one is what makes us who we are. A woman's relationship with a man is what makes her a wife. A girl's relationship with another girl or a boy is what makes her a sister, or the boy makes the boy her brother. A girl's relationship with a man in her life is what also makes her a daughter. So this in total makes us who we are. That's why when we lose a loved one in our lives, we kind of feel we have lost a part of us, because those people helps us in building up our total personality. When we lost someone, we need to learn new rules in living, in adapting to our new environment, to our new lives, which can most times be hard, and it takes time to learn. When there's a loss of life, you hear someone says, I feel I've lost a part of me. It is because that person has always been a part of you, and then to the part that it makes you who you are. This bond is what makes us grieve forever. Grief is also said to be a natural response to loss. When a mother loses her child, when she sees other children who are same age with her child achieve a milestone, it makes her grieve because she remembers her child, and she has that feeling that if my child was alive, he or she would have also achieved this in her life. Also, when a young girl loses her mother at a young age, grief is brought back into her life, especially on a day like her wedding day, when she feels the absence of her mother and misses her on such a great day in her life, and she would have wished her mother was there with her. Grief affects us in different ways. It affects us physically, it affects us emotionally, it affects us spiritually. Physical effect on us is sometimes we suffer from memory lapses. There's distraction, irritability, depression, and then extreme anger when it comes to emotional effect. And then the physical effect is sometimes there's a massive weight loss. You see someone overnight losing weight so much that will make you start thinking, what happened? And then there is loss of appetite. The person is not able to eat again. There is headache, during grieving period, there's a lot of tears, a lot of crying. And then you see someone easily suffering from headache, continuous headache. And then most times, some people suffer from stomach disorder. You start having running stomach, especially in situation of sudden death. See someone having running stomach, you just keep going to the toilet and all. Lots of interest in so many things. People talk to you, see things going on, you don't care, you don't even bother to know what is happening, you don't bother to care about what is happening around you. And those are part of just few of the physical effects of grief. I'll be giving us 6 different steps to take that will help us in our grief. The first one is accepting what has happened and understanding that it's not going to be easy. So therefore you take advantage, you find a support for yourself, or take advantage of the support that is available to you to help you in your healing journey. In most cases, family members or our loved one will make their presence available to us, to give a grieving person a crying shoulder. Any support that is available, please take advantage of it. Not everyone is lucky to have such support. Number 2 is believing that you will be fine, even though you don't know how or when. Just believing that you will be fine, you will go through this, and you will come out stronger than you used to be. When we lose someone important to us, we may feel that we won't be able to cope. You just feel like there can't be life without this person, and then you will not even know how to cope. But according to Dr. Wendy Tetan, she's a director of MSC, a bereavement clinic, she said, we only learn about our capacity to handle things by moving through them. So sometimes when something has not happened to you, you feel like there's no way I can survive it. When you see it happen to other people, you wonder how they were able to survive, and you feel like once it happens to me, that's the end of life. I don't think I can ever come out of it. But the thing is, it is when something happens that brings out the strength in you. When something happens, you discover the capacity you have to absorb things and move on. So no matter how bleak it is on your survival, just understand that once you take it one step at a time, one day after another, you discover how much easy it will be. Not that easy in quotes, but how strong you will be to be able to cope with what has happened to you. The third is be gentle on yourself. Be gentle on yourself. I cannot overemphasize that. Grieving is very exhausting. Interested as life will be to you, try as much as possible to take naps, have your bath, try as much as possible to eat. You will have lots of appetite. You will not be interested in anything. But even if it means forcing yourself to eat, please do it, because your body needs it. Emotionally, you don't feel you need anything, but your body needs that food. Your body needs the energy to grieve. So please, anything that you feel that your body needs, don't hesitate to give it to it. So because you're going to be crying most of the time, drinking a lot of water is highly advised. My next point is, grief is not a one-way thing. It's in circles. You find yourself maybe after like a week or two, you find that you are okay, and then all of a sudden something happens, or you find yourself in an environment that brings back all the emotions that you have, that you feel you have outgrown, and then you are taking steps back into where you have been maybe days before, weeks before, and you find yourself crying, and you're now back to the emotional state you were before. You cry, you feel those gushes of emotions coming into you, and then you feel so bad and depressed, and then you wonder how you got there again when you know that you have been through that stage. My dear, that is how grief is. It's like you take 10 steps forward and then 9 steps backward. So it's not a one-way traffic thing. It's not a straightforward thing. It's in circles. So it's like you go forward, you go backward. So understand that is how grief is. It's not like there's something wrong with you. It's not like it's a new thing. It's not like you're not healing. You're healing very well. It's just that is how grief works. You know, you go forward and then you go backward, you go forward and then you go backward, and then it gets to a point you go forward, you don't go that much backward again. So you will even notice the development in yourself, the positive development in yourself, and then you agree that yes, you're doing very well, and then you find out that it gets to a point where no matter the environment you are, no matter what you're faced with, you find that you don't take those steps backward again. You keep moving on. So that is grief for you. It moves in circles. It doesn't move on a straight path. So please understand that point. And then your feelings are very normal. That's another point I want to talk about. Your feelings are very normal. When you're grieving, it's bad enough what you're going through. Some people come forward, they want to tell you what to do and what not to do. Please, if you don't feel like doing such things at that time, don't force yourself. Don't force yourself, because your feelings are very normal. There have been situations where you want to cry and then people tell you not to cry. No, if you feel like crying, my dear, please go ahead and cry. If that's what your emotions dictate at that time, go ahead and cry. Don't listen to anyone that tells you not to cry. If that is what you want to do at that moment, that is what you feel you can do to ease out your pain, please go ahead and do it. I know of a situation where a woman's husband suddenly died, and then the day after she was crying and she was being given a holy book to read, and she was told not to cry and that she should be reading the holy books, and she was just looking at the book. She was saying to the women that were telling her to read that she's reading, but you could see that this woman could not even see what was on the book. She wanted to cry, but they were controlling her, telling her not to cry, and what she needed at that time was to shed tears. So if you feel like this is what you want to do, your emotions, your feelings are very normal. Please go ahead and cry. If that's what you want to do, do it. It will ease you, because only you knows exactly how you are feeling. The final point I want to discuss is faith approach to grief. Depending on the religion you belong to, every religion has a guide on the approach to grieving. You might need to speak with a religious person to help you glide through the stage. Please don't hesitate to when you have that feeling. I remember in my situation, I had so many people, so many religious people telling me what to say, telling me what to do, and this went a long way in calming me down. I'm a Muslim, so it was the Islamic things that could help someone, especially at the time of grief. Some I knew, some I didn't know, and I was being reminded to say them, and I remember how calm they made me feel. Please don't forget, this is a very integral part in your healing journey. These are the steps I would like to share with you. There are so many other ones, but I'm sure if you follow these 6 that I just mentioned, you will see how better you will feel when you try to put them into practice during your grieving period. Please share this video with anyone that you think might be needing it. By sharing, you're also showing how much you care and how you want that person to feel better in what he or she is going through. So please don't hesitate to do that. You're helping us so. And again, why not if you can make your own contribution in changing a grieving world into a happy world, you shouldn't stop at doing it, or would you? So thank you once again for hanging in, for listening to what I have to say today. Don't forget to hit the subscription button and the bell on notification to be notified when next we upload a new video. And thank you so very much for supporting me. Thank you for hanging in there. So till I see you in our next video, do stay blessed. Have a nice day. Bye.